A throng of demonstrators, both for and against the proposed 30-meter telescope, made their feelings known outside Hilo's county building on Tuesday morning, where a special hearing was about to be conducted by the State Board of Land and Natural Resources.
TMT helps community.
Local labor unions joined the Chamber of Commerce, making a stand in favor of the project. On the other side of the fence, environmentalists and Native Hawaiian groups unified in their mission to protect Mauna Kea, where the proposed observatory would be built. The $1.3 billion 30-meter telescope, called TMT for short, is expected to be the world's most powerful ground-based telescope when it finally sees first light sometime in 2018, and it's expected to be a huge economic benefit to the Big Island.
Today's the big day. We have a lot of support. Aren't you? Isn't this great? We've got unions, we've got chamber, I see people from the university, I see just regular community people, I see all kinds of people here.
But some say the 13,000-foot-high Mauna Kea summit, an ideal location for astronomy, is already overdeveloped by the science industry. They say the 8-acre, 18-story-high TMT will be too much.
We're here. We are here because our Mauna is sacred. And this one is one too many. This one is too big. This one will be permanent destruction and desecration on the northern plateau, and we just can't do it anymore.
The mountain is there. The mountain is sacred. We're practitioners. We will stand and protect the mountain in every which way we can and with all our energies until our dying days.
Mauna Kea is sacred. It continues to be sacred, and we as practitioners are here to inform the BLNR that if it is allowed and if the TMT is built, it will infringe not only on our rights as Native Hawaiians, but the whole public's rights to enjoy Mauna Kea fully and to enjoy all of the aspects from the open space to the visual plains to all of those things that are all protected under state and county law.
The 6 petitioners, Deborah Ward, the Hawaiian Environmental Alliance of Kahea, Paul Neves, Clarence Ching, the group of Mauna Kea Anaina Ho, and the family of Kalani Flores and Pua Case, challenged the University of Hawaii and the multinational scientific conglomerate during the permit process before the State Board of Land and Natural Resources in early 2011. The group was even granted standing in a contested case hearing. This, despite the fact that the Land Board, which is the state entity that is ultimately responsible for the mountaintop, already approved a Conservation District use permit for TMT.
That has never happened before, and it's a new tactic of the university to just have them approve it, but that means we're forced then to not have a BLNR with an open mind hearing all the evidence, but a BLNR that's got a closed mind that's just hearing the evidence as a matter of discourse. See, they already approved the permit, and we're now in a place where we now need to change their mind, which is a due process violation.
When we got that approval, that permit, what they said was, you can't start construction. This is all pending a contested case hearing. And so that's happened now. The contested case hearing has happened, and so we're ready to go.
After all the arguments were presented, hearing officer Paul Aoki upheld the Board of Land and Natural Resources decision on November 30th. Still, the Land Board decided to hold one more day of hearings in Hilo, giving the petitioners one last chance to summarize their positions. The meeting was expected to be a mere formality, which means the long permitting journey for the observatory is almost complete.
The Land Board will vote. If they vote to give us a permit, there's some things we have to take care of. Yes, we have to take our final plans to them, and we would have to get county grading permits. But yes, we know what happens from then on in order to get to construction, yes. And don't forget that when our construction starts, the $1 million a year to the community for the Think Fund starts. That could be a little over a year from now. We're working with the Hawaii Community Foundation and with Keali'i Hawaii Foundation to set that up so that we're ready to go.
On Tuesday, outside the county building, TMT supporters used a bullhorn to get their point across, while supporters of the petitioners used the pa'u drum and hula. They were not ready to give up the fight.
give up our sacred lands anymore, not even for temporary jobs. And we understand that, but we have to find them better jobs, jobs that their children will be proud of. We cannot destroy our sacred mountaintop. It's just no, a'ole pono, it's not pono. And we're here standing on behalf of the Mauna, not standing against anyone, standing firm for our sacred places. And it's about time.
The university and the BLNR both acknowledge, and it's undisputed, that the TMT will in fact have adverse and significant impact. The rules that BLNR is supposed to follow require that no project allowed or be permitted that has adverse or significant impact. So what the university admits, what the BLNR admits, the former chairman Laura Thielen has admitted this, that it is going to have that impact, and therefore the BLNR must say no. Unfortunately, they said yes.
I think this is great. The best part of it is we got a lot of young people out. That's great because they need to come out, they need to learn the issues, they need to learn how to be Hawaiian. And so that's the most wonderful part of this whole thing, I think. It's even more important than the meeting that's going to take place after this.
Inside the chamber, usually used by the county council, the land board gave a half an hour to each of the 6 petitioners for their final arguments. The room was packed and the crowd even spilled out into the hallway. At the end of their testimony, Chair William Isla asked the same question of each petitioner. If the Conservation District use permit is granted, will they still visit the mountain? It's not known when the land board will issue its final decision. TMT representatives are not taking anything for granted.
We take nothing for granted. The hearing officer's report was very positive, and we agree with it. And he said we should have a permit, and we're looking forward to that.